So the next position is going to be the same exact choke, but it's going to be from closed guard. You're actually going to be on top of me this time. So this is actually one of the very few super effective closed guard submissions. Because as powerful as closed guard should be, it's just shut down by someone who tries to stand up. The second someone starts getting their hips into the air, it just kills all of your attacks to their arms or even chokes. It's just like, closed guard should be so strong, but just the fact that people can stand up and it just shuts down so many attacks makes it kind of a low percentage position, unfortunately. There are still ways to be effective from closed guard, but it can be difficult. But this is one attack that you can make super effective because it will help you break their posture. So you actually open their lapel as if you're gonna try and do some sort of lapel guard with it. But instead of using it to tie up your legs to him or tie up his legs, I'm going to try and break his posture. So I'm just gonna sit up and grab his head and pull the lapel to my hand here, like this, okay? So if his hands are on me, I would like to try and have inside control first so that I can adjust my hips to get up and hug his head here. Let's turn this way a little. Once I hug his head, I connect my hand to the lapel I just passed, but this is the key, you bring your hand on the inside as you do it, like this. Now, some people, when they like to not telegraph that they're doing the choke right away. Because if you try and weave your hand a little too early here and they start to feel it, you're just gonna push my hands and weave his head out. And it's just gonna give you trouble to actually finish the position. So if you're having trouble finishing it by just going right away, try and just take a Kimura grip on your own arm, like this. So you connect to your wrist and just use this to hang on his head, here. Now, when it comes to closed guard, the law is what goes down must go up. Because the second I break his posture, he's gonna try and posture up, right? And that is when we're gonna strike. So I have my weight pulling his posture down. When we start to feel him try and regain his posture, that is when you weave your hand through. So go ahead and start to posture up, Mike. Here. And then we're gonna finish the choke in the exact same way. So that's the only thing that's changed. Now you can set this up from a few different ways. You don't necessarily have to just reach up and grab his head. If say you have this collar control and you manage to get an overhook position, like I love this position. This is like one of the strongest closed guard positions because you have triangles, omoplatas, cross chokes, punch chokes. You got all sorts of stuff in here. If you can get this overhook, this is a great opportunity to just hold the lapel right here. I'll just set it here over the shoulder. Most of the time they won't even realize you're gonna do anything with it. And then grab your wrist, connect. When we start to feel him posturing up, that's when you slide your hand through. And really make sure you get it super deep and then just extend everything.
Do you stay out on the side or do you try to get underneath? Just extend?
For this one, it doesn't matter. Just hold on tight. However, you need to adjust your hips to get your hand in front of his neck. Here. If I feel like this is giving me leverage to get my hand through, I'll shift my hips here. It kind of depends on where he's going. But the most important thing is keeping your top elbow on his shoulder. Because if I let this elbow go up too high, he can push it with his right arm here. He could push my left elbow here. Yeah, he might be able to do that. So I have to keep my elbow tight down to keep control of his head. Just don't let it open because then you lose all control here. So you can weave your hand in and then when he starts to posture, arm through. And then most of this choke is done with the right hand. So my hand on his neck is just extending. My left arm kind of just stays still. And I just am extending here like that. Okay? So it's basically the exact same choke. Any questions on that?
Do you ever reach it across and grab it like as deep on the shoulder as you can?
With this hand?
With your right hand when you're passing it through?
Oh, so it kind of applies to the same thing as earlier. Grabbing onto anything is just gonna stop me from pushing into his neck more. So deep is good, like reach across, but just don't grab. Just go right across and then push right into his neck. Don't hold on to anything because then you're holding yourself back. But that's a good question. And yes, you should reach as far across as possible to make sure you really lock this position in. You can even, if you're feeling like you're having trouble keeping your elbow down, use your leg to like go up over your elbow to really lock that arm in place so he doesn't have a chance to push it off. Because he might be trying to back away and like slide his head out through there. If you're having trouble catching it because of that, you can pull your leg up over the top and now you're really gonna be locked in place and then finish that choke. Okay? So just like I said earlier, when you do it from top, you can roll on bottom and finish the guy. That's basically how you set it up from bottom if you're there already. All right, let's try it. 1, 2, 3.